What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation, but please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, y'all. So let's get into this whole situation. There's a whole lot going on when it comes down to Jodeci, and actually when it comes down to Jojo. Jojo health is in question. People are worried. People are concerned for him. They want to know if he gonna be all right, because baby, he had a stroke, like let God be with him and he heals. And also he has high blood pressure, he has hypertension, and he has diabetes. And right now, he had a wife at one point in time, Tiny. She was in the building and she was his wife and she was taking care of him and she was, supporting him and things of that nature. But it seems like that she done left and she done, she done flew the coop. She's gone and she's out here and she's with, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Layzie Bone. And they both, are involved in relationships and marriages and things of that nature. But they are hooking up. And here's the update on their hookup and them actually living out loud in love, child. So check this out.
Yeah, we on our way, Salt Lake City. You know what it is, Bone Thugs and Harmony in the building. I'm definitely out here tipping with Tiny. Don't try to hide.
Tell me not to hide. I'm not
Put your
hiding.
shades on, man.
Yeah, so they can't see what I'm saying.
All right now, Salt Lake is going down, baby.
At least when it comes to Tiny, her and her daughter Sequoia, they made up. They're in a good spot. They're in a good place. And also when it comes to Layzie Bone and Sequoia, they're in a good space. They're in a good place. So we shall see how this relationship is going to unfold, because there's still some unhappy people and some people feel betrayed and they basically feel like they got the shiver. So let's get down to this situation. Let's talk about growing up hip hop. Let's talk about Treach and also Sandra, aka Pep from Salt and Peppa. And let's talk about their daughter Egypt and also Sam. There's a whole lot going on in this situation. And it seems like no one is really happy with how Sam and Egypt relationship turned out. It don't seem like people are really proud or thrilled or this is the best place or it's really glorious for them, okay? Because it don't look like Pep is happy. Don't look, and Treach is basically saying that he's not happy. And it also seems like Pep is basically insinuating that she is free from these bills, she is free from some type of contract, and she is free from taking care of her daughter and her husband, that she's basically gonna live her life right now. And Tyran, he basically came out and said that he's not feeling Sam at all, and he let it be known before. He was quiet about the situation, but he don't really approve of Sam. And they basically saying all the things that Sam said that he was going to do, what he was going to provide, what he going to show, what he was going to produce, what he was going to change, and none of that came true. They're still in the same boat that they was from the beginning. And now Egypt just got a baby, and now she's married to Sam. So they got 3 kids together, but Sam and Egypt has 1 and Sam has 2 other children. So, and it seems like Peppa's basically trying to live her life and trying to survive out here in these streets, because Pep also was telling TT, her niece, that she has to have throat surgery, but she's not sure if she should have it because it'll mess with her voice box, it would mess with her money maker. I was like, Lord have mercy. Like, so Pep be going through the most. So she got this situation. You guys remember not too long ago, the situation where Pep that was going down was, that she had, a BBL, and she had some things going on. She had surgery. The doctor was bad. He was neglectful. He did a lot of things, and she was in a car accident, and she had to go get everything replaced and get it done. And the people that were supposed to do that did her dirty, and she was in pain and she was living in agony and things of that nature. So that was time where, Pep wasn't on the stage, time her and Egypt could have actually worked together, because it seems like now Pep is realizing that Egypt needs to be shown something, and it almost seems like she has a little bit of regret, because she really believed that Egypt knew that what she was talking about and what she was going to do, but Sam didn't produce and Egypt didn't have him produce. So at the same time right now, Sandra, she feels a certain type of way, but ain't nothing she could do now. Basically, she's trying to teach her daughter how to eat, like get up here, get on stage, start doing something, because I don't know how long I'm going to be up here doing this and doing that, because Peppa's been going through some things, and they're talking about throat surgery, and she been taking care of her daughter. So hopefully, Egypt learned how to hustle for real, because it's not a, pretty picture. And then when it comes to Tyran, he wasn't sure whether he was going to go to Egypt's wedding, but he ended up going to his sister's wedding. But Treach, people are saying that Treach was a no-show, and it doesn't look like Treach actually showed up to Egypt's and Sam's, wedding or second wedding that they had, so Treach is out here on TV complaining before he was bigging Sam up and he wanted to be cool. How come you didn't check on him and make sure he was doing what he was doing? How come you didn't tell him to send you some plans, send you some information? Basically get out here and show him what he should do, because evidently he don't know what to do. He don't know how to do it. And basically he just, you got to teach him to be likable. He got to stop saying, woe is me. How come not me? I'm doing all this work. Well, the work that you were producing is not the greatest work. You got to find a better way to get the masses on board. And if that means you got to take our back seat, then sit back, okay, and let somebody else come in. Treach is basically at the table with his son Tyran, and he is saying that Sam is an opportunist, and Sam knew that he was forever going to be taken care of if he's with Egypt, because her family is going to make sure that she's good. So he's just calling Sam out as an opportunist, as somebody that just came in and took over the family, took it over hostage. They kicked TT to the curve. They should have been behind TT. They should have been supporting TT. Now Tyran is just smiling. I don't know if Tyran's partner or significant other was at his sister's wedding and walking her down the aisle. I don't know. But in any event, Tyran's just laughing because when he tried to say something, nobody was trying to hear it, because he seen how they were playing TT and the whole situation. They should have made sure TT stayed around. They should have forced, Sam to respect her. They should have forced Sam to do what he was supposed to do. They were supposed to be respectful towards her, apologize to her, and he had no control over whether, TT comes or goes, because she was there before him and she knows better, and y'all needed to have somebody watching over Egypt, because child, there's nothing has really developed since she entered the show. You know what I mean? Now we get her first show, big, concert. So with her mom, so a lot of things happen where a lot of people dropped the ball. Egypt dropped the ball. Her mom and her daddy basically dropped the ball. TT was coming with them with concern with the truth and what was going on, and they chose Sam, and TT's been there forever. She's been born in the family, child. And so now look at Egypt. Egypt barely got to pop the piston in the window to throw it out, and Sam is jumping from career to career. Okay, TT might be looking for a place to stay, but she gonna find one, child. And Pep basically tells TT, hey girl, I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing me now. I'm free. And she said, look at my car. So Pep is basically saying, I done helped him out for the last time. I did what I needed to do. I'm moving on. Take care of your business, because I ain't taking care of you no more. And she also probably had some contracts that was going on that she's free of, or she was able to win in these contracts. But she's saying she's free. She's free. And then we have TT. TT goes to Egypt's house. Egypt's house is dirty, it's nasty, it's filthy, because you got TT sitting up there talking about you need to deep clean this house. This is a death trap. This house is dirty. This house is, she's not saying it's dirty. She said there's so many germs, and when you have a baby, they pick up germs, so you got to scrub, you got to deep clean. She was talking like she was working in a hotel, working, in a place where you got to deep clean, you got to scrub the floors, you got to mop the floors, wash the face boards, clean the walls, steam the floor. She was like, girl, and she was looking in Egypt's refrigerator saying it had all the bad food. I was like, yep, she does need some TT in her life. But at this point, I don't know if that relationship is ever going to progress to what it should be, because as you guys can see, when it comes to Egypt, she's still taking Sam's side, and she would never stand up to him and say that he's wrong or he did anything. When it comes to Pep and when it comes to Egypt, he always cries that people are picking on him and this and that. But what about the people? What about Egypt, and what about Pep? They had to deal with being called names and being called stupid, being called names, and it's just like this dude just basically turned their family upside down, and Egypt looks like a fish out of water. And she's basically saying, I'm gonna clean the house. Watch, you'll see. I'm gonna proof the house. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I promise you. And Titi said, you don't gotta promise me, this is for you and your baby. And so it's like, when it comes to Egypt, it's like she's captive. Like, she doesn't have her own mind, she doesn't have her own train of thought. And Titi was saying the house seems kind of demonic, seems kind of dark, the energy seems kind of worry, it seems kind of troubling, ungrounded, uneven type of energy going on in Egypt's house. But what she's saying and what she's trying to say is that she don't even see Egypt. This is Sam's house. This is not even Egypt's house. Like, child, that Egypt totally lost her stuff, and that's what it looks like. And Sam is going to be, doing snow cones now. This is another gig he got on this show that he's going to be doing. But also, Sam was very disrespectful when it came to Pep, when she wanted some gunshot noises, or cocking the gun back, with the chamber. She wanted that off the music, and he said, she called to see if she can get it taken off the last end of the music, and she called Sam, and Sam basically said to, his wife Egypt, if your mom is going to question me about my work or whatever the case is, she gonna have to pay me. I was like, is that ransom? Is Sam trying to bully Pep into giving him money? So he said, so he basically acting like he dry begging and threatening begging. And she was like, I'm not questioning your work, I'm not saying this. And he's acting like he's the star. He's acting like he's been, like he's some whirlwind or whirlwind, philosopher, or he won the Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, like, he was talking to her like she don't got a career, like she ain't been in these streets, like she didn't make hits, like she didn't change the music business. And he was so disrespectful, and Egypt didn't even say anything. She didn't say nothing. She didn't say, yo, Sam, chill out. Don't talk to my mother like that. She been holding us down. She held us down. Don't speak to her like that. Can you edit her? Can you edit it? Nah. It's like she got no backbone. She can't speak up for herself. It's just like she's captive, and it just really looks bad. It looks worse. Like she still hasn't found herself. So maybe when she have this baby, maybe she'll find out who she is and what she wants to do, and take control of her look and what she want to look, and stop depending on a man, and stop depending on him to tell her how she looks and this and that. And if you got anxiety, go get some help, child. Like, Lord. And then Sam, like, stop being so ungrateful. You already know people think that you a scumbag. People think that you a mooching. People think that you trying to take some. People think that you jealous. People think all these things, that every time Egypt's trying to shine, you trying to one up in the picture. You want to be all up in the studio. You want to be all up in the video. You want to accept the awards. And you know that people say that about you. What you do? Oh, I can't go, that's really messed up. And then whining about it, and having Egypt whine about it. Just be glad you got an opportunity, and you've been living good for the last 6 years of your life. You haven't seen no poverty, okay? You move above poverty. Your tax bracket moved up when you moved into Miss Pep's house, okay? Like, what's going on in this whole situation? And he just makes it, are you gonna do without me? Like, let her live, let her be. Oh, I want you to really do good. Like, it's just one show. She should have been doing shows. Why ain't she doing shows? Why ain't the music that you working out, that she's somewhere performing and doing karaoke? Oh, because you get in trouble when you go out in public. Okay, never mind. Sequoia is good now when it comes to Layzie Bone. So you guys let me know what you think about this whole situation. I was like, Lord, the way he was talking to Pep, like, you better pay me if you're gonna question me. Like he need money bad. Like, what's going on? So you basically threaten her to get money?